A citrus plant can struggle for months, showing green leaves and steady growth, and still produce very little fruit. Then, within just a few weeks, something shifts. The same plant in the same pot, with the same soil, suddenly begins to carry more blossoms, and soon after, more fruit starts to form. Nothing about the leaves looks different. The soil does not appear changed. And yet the result is completely different. This is where many gardeners feel confused. It can seem like something important was missed all along. But you're not doing anything wrong. This kind of experience is very common, especially with citrus plants. What makes this even more surprising is that the change often comes from doing less, not more. A small adjustment, something simple and easy to overlook, can quietly guide the plant toward fruiting instead of just growing leaves. This pattern has been noticed over many growing seasons, in different gardens, and across different climates. At first, it feels backward. We often think more care should bring more results. But with citrus, that is not always the case. Sometimes the plant responds better when we step back slightly and allow a natural balance to return. The change itself is small, almost unnoticeable at first. But once it takes effect, the difference becomes hard to ignore. Before explaining why this happened, it helps to understand what may be holding many citrus plants in a kind of pause. Many citrus trees appear healthy but seem to stay in one stage for a long time. They grow leaves, they may even look full and green. But fruit production does not increase. This can happen in garden soil, in containers, and even in well-fed conditions. The plant looks like it should be doing well, but something is missing. This is often described as the plant being stuck. It's not in a harmful way, but in a way that limits its progress. It continues to grow, but it does not shift into strong fruit production. This can be frustrating, especially for beginners who are doing their best to care for the plant. What is interesting is that this pattern shows up in many different places. Warm regions, cooler areas, small pots, large gardens. The same slow fruiting can happen almost anywhere. This tells us something important. The issue is not always about how much nutrition the plant is getting. It is often about how the plant is using what it already has. Citrus trees are sensitive to balance. When the balance is slightly off, even in a small way, the plant may focus more on leaves than fruit. It is not a sign of failure. It is simply how the plant responds to its environment. Because of this, many gardeners try to correct the problem by adding more fertilizer, more water, more attention. It feels like the right thing to do. After all, if something is not growing as expected, giving it more support seems logical, but this is where a common misunderstanding begins. When too much fertilizer is added, especially nitrogen-rich types, the citrus tree may become more focused on producing leaves. The plant becomes greener, fuller, and more active in growth, but not necessarily in fruiting. It is doing what it is designed to do under those conditions. The same can happen with overwatering. The roots stay too active, the soil stays too rich, and the plant continues to grow without shifting into the next stage. From the outside, everything looks healthy, but the fruiting process slows down. This can be confusing because the signs look positive. More leaves usually feel like progress. But for citrus, this can sometimes delay the very thing we are hoping for. This mistake is very common, especially for those who care deeply about their plants. It comes from a good intention, wanting to help the plant grow. But citrus often needs a different kind of support. Not more input, but better balance. Over time, a quiet observation begins to appear. Some citrus plants, even with very simple care, begin to produce more fruit. They are not given special products. They are not treated with complex routines. And yet, they respond differently. This is where a small discovery begins. In different gardens, across different seasons, the same pattern shows up. A simple change in what goes into the soil can gently shift the plant's behavior. It does not force the plant, does not push it suddenly, but it creates an environment where fruiting becomes more natural. There is no dramatic moment, no instant transformation. But over a short period, small signs begin to appear. The plant looks slightly calmer, growth becomes more balanced. And then, flowers begin to form more consistently. This discovery is easy to miss because it does not look impressive at first. There are no strong visual changes in the beginning, but the effect builds quietly over time. What makes this even more interesting is that it works in different conditions. Not exactly the same in every place, but with a similar pattern. This tells us that the idea behind it is more important than the exact method. At the same time, it is helpful to understand that environment still plays a role. Citrus trees behave differently depending on where they are grown. In warmer climates, they tend to grow faster and may produce fruit more often. In cooler areas, growth slows down, and the plant may take longer to respond. Soil type also matters. A loose, well-draining soil allows roots to breathe and function more naturally. In heavier soil, water may stay longer, and this can affect how the plant absorbs nutrients. Container size can influence growth as well. A small pot may limit root expansion, while a larger space gives the plant more freedom. Airflow, sunlight, and even seasonal changes all add to the picture. Because of these differences, advice can sometimes feel inconsistent. What works well in one place may need slight adjustment in another. This is why observation becomes so important. With that understanding in place, the simple method can now be introduced more clearly. The approach involves two very common ingredients. They are easy to find and do not require special preparation. What matters is not their strength, but how they interact with the soil and the roots. Instead of pushing the plant with heavy feeding, this method gently supports the natural processes already happening in the soil. It helps create a better balance between growth and fruiting. One ingredient supports soil activity. It encourages the presence of helpful microbes that work quietly around the roots. The other ingredient provides a mild boost that does not overwhelm the plant but instead guides it. Together, they create a small shift, not a forceful change but a steady one. This is why the results feel natural rather than sudden. This method is not about doing more. It is about doing something simple at the right time and allowing the plant to respond. To understand why this works, it helps to look at how citrus trees manage their energy. A citrus plant is always making decisions based on its environment. When it senses rich conditions, it may choose to grow more leaves. When it senses a balanced and slightly limited environment, it may shift toward reproduction, which includes flowering and fruiting. The two-ingredient combination helps create that balanced condition. It does not remove nutrients. It does not stress the plant, but it adjusts the environment just enough to encourage a different response. The roots begin to function more efficiently. The soil becomes more active in a natural way. And over time, the plant starts directing its energy toward fruit production. This change is not immediate. It builds slowly. But once it begins, it often continues in a steady and reliable way. There is no need to measure complex ratios or follow strict schedules. The key is to observe how the plant responds and allow time for the change to develop. At the same time, it is important to use this method gently. Not every plant needs it at every stage. A very young citrus plant, still developing its structure, may benefit more from simple growth before focusing on fruiting. In such cases, adding this method too early may not be helpful. Timing matters as well. Applying it during active growth periods tends to work better than during slower seasons. Overuse can reduce its effectiveness, especially if the plant becomes too adjusted to it. This is why less frequent use often works best. Small application, followed by observation, is usually enough. Watching the plant is more important than repeating the process after applying the method. Small signs begin to appear. At first, the leaves may show a slight change in tone. Not dramatic, but noticeable over time. Growth may become more even, less rushed then. Small buds may begin to form. Flowering becomes more consistent. And after that, fruit starts to set more reliably. These changes can vary depending on the plant's age and the surrounding climate. Some may respond sooner, others more slowly. This is completely normal. Patience is an important part of the process. The goal is not to rush the plant, but to support it in a way that feels natural. As you observe these changes, you may begin to notice a pattern. The plant does not need constant adjustment, responds best when given space to balance itself. If you're comfortable sharing, I'm curious how often you water your citrus plant and what changes you have noticed over time. In the end, growing citrus successfully is not about doing more. It is about understanding how the plant responds to its environment. Small, thoughtful actions often bring better results than frequent heavy changes. The plant is already capable of producing fruit. It simply needs the right conditions to do so, by focusing on balance instead of effort. The process becomes easier and more enjoyable. There is less pressure to fix problems and more opportunity to observe natural growth. Sometimes the garden improves when we simply step back and observe.